Alrighty, so today I'm going to be teaching you guys about rules for balancing equations, and I'm going to do an example of how to balance an equation afterwards. Alright, so basically, balancing equations is putting coefficients in front of elements or combined elements to balance out the equation on both sides of the yielding sign. So that, say you have H2O, and then on the other side you have H2 plus O2, you would have to balance those equations because there's only one oxygen on the left side and there's two on the right, and you have to make those the same number of oxygens by putting coefficients in front of separate elements or combined elements. Say if you have like H2O, that's a combining elements. So you can't change the formula, but you add on to it through coefficients in front of the molecule or pure element. So the coefficients apply to all the elements in the molecule that it precedes. And if you put like a fraction in front of, as a coefficient in front of an element, if you had 3 and then you had 2 on one side of oxygens, then you would put 1.5, so 3 over 2. You don't want it to be 3 over 2. You would have to multiply everything by 2 to get the half part out, so it would just be 3 in front of the oxygens. So, basically you reduce the coefficients to the lowest ratio, and you do not ever leave the coefficients as fractions. All right. I'm going to show you an example, and then you'll totally understand it.
Okay, so let's now look at some examples of balancing equations. First off, we're going to look at this one right here. KClO3 yielding to KCl plus O2. Okay, so first of all, we're going to draw our T-chart, and we're going to basically count all the elements so that we can organize it in a really easier way. So first off, we have K right here, and we're going to bring it down here to right there on top of here. And we look at the left side of the arrow, and we can only find that there is 1 K. Okay, so we put 1 K. And we look at the Cl, which is chlorine. We put Cl since it's an element. We put 1 right there because there's only 1. And you put oxygen. And our oxygen has 3 because a subscript 3 goes right before the oxygen. So 3 oxygens. Now we look at this side, and we want to write it in the same order as this side on this side so you can easily compare them quickly. So we write K, then Cl, and then O. Okay, so as you can see, there's 1 K, 1 Cl, and 2 oxygen. Okay, so now we have to balance out the oxygens. So in order to do this, if you take some math skills, you can find out that if you take 3 of O2s and then 2 of O3s, they both add up to O6s. So you have 6 oxygen molecules on both sides. How this is going to work out is you can put the 3 in front of the O2. So it'd be basically 3 times 2 oxygens, which is 6. Okay, so you'll cross this number out and put 6. Then you'll multiply this whole thing because it's basically together in one thing. You'll multiply that by 2. Okay, so now you have 6. But now we have 2 Ks and 2 Cls as well. So we have to put 2 in here and 2 in here. That means that we have to balance these guys over here and put them as 2 as well. So this is pretty easy. All we have to do is put a 2 in front of there, and now we get 2 Ks and then 2 Cls. And that's how you do that equation right here.